Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh Lord.
I haven't seen a lot of it yet. I've got to say, I've just looked out the window and from various sort of press calls and things like that.
So, Alfred, this season.
Yes.
Obviously, a lot of kind of hard love, tough love for, and where the conversation's been about where your role in his life is going to be this season.
Well, there's definitely a sort of marked change, really, since sort of Reggie stabbed Alfred, really. I think he sort of questions his own mortality much more. So he suddenly realises the responsibility to his ward, really. So he can't be irresponsible. He has to. So there's a marked change, like with any relationship with a young person. It's a bumpy ride. The parenting skills that we know have been questionable up till now, but they've found a sort of pentameter way of speaking and communicating with each other. And so the continuation of this season is going to be a going away and coming back together again, which it needs to happen, like any relationship, any sort of parental relationship would be. And it becomes much more of a parental relationship as well. But they start to I think I'm allowed to say this, they start to develop the alter ego, the other character. So we start to explore that. Also, we have a new addition to the Operation Good Guys, which I like to call them. We have Christopher Chalk, who's a fantastic actor, who's playing Lucius Fox. So he's very much like the inside man. So I think you'll start to see direction going that way, the fact that we have inside information into when enterprises. So there's beginning to be slightly more of us, good guys now. So because the city is going to hell, Gotham, you'll really see, I mean, it really is, it's called the right, I think Bruno, I just heard him sort of quoting Bruno, what he just said was that it's called the rise of the villains, really. So you have to, the whole city dissembles after the sort of the cosseted sort of nature of the mafia dons. They've all imploded. Penguin has risen but is inexperienced. So it's the burning of Gotham. You have to reach the bottom of the barrel before you can build. In fact, you have to reach the bottom of the barrel or the ashes, really, for the phoenix to rise in the shape of the man that we all know and love, Bruce Wayne, as Batman. Boom, boom. There you go.
How much are we going to learn about his history? We got a little bit of taste of it last season.
I thought it was really well approached by Danny. He's a phenomenally good writer as well. I mean, they all are, but Danny's primarily a director, but he's a fantastic writer. And I thought what was really great about that episode, which I love, because I worked with the brilliant David O'Hara, was that Alfred never expostulates anything about his past. He never says anything. Reggie does. We suddenly realise that how damaged Alfred is. In actual fact, he has nightmares. He goes every face he killed, every person he killed. And being cosseted and being in this three-piece suit, it's almost holding him in. And you'd kind of wonder, had he not been with the young man, he would have been Reggie. And it was a really interesting dynamic, especially the way that they shot that scene where he's going, hit me. You can actually see that the devil was the devil on one shoulder, not the angel on the other shoulder, the lesser devil on the other shoulder.
Right.
And you can see that with that anger, had it been channeled by Reggie with young Master Bruce, he'd be a very different person. He'd be a super villain or a super vigilante. So it's a kind of pivotal sort of sequence, that episode, for us. Also, it's the birth of the idea that invincibility is basically formed by donning a mask. It gives you power wearing a mask. So that was interesting. It was the birth, as you know, for the fans out there, that it was the birth of the Red Hood gang, which of course the Joker might or might not have been part of. So you're going to see a lot more villains, and it's going to be a bloody mess. The feeling of the show is changed as well. It's much less sort of standalone episodes. It's much more of a drama now, which we're all delighted by. I think is that we have found people understand what we're doing and where we're going now, that they want to see more of the characters. So the scripts have got slightly shorter in many respects, but there's a lot more in them. And boy, the first 3 episodes, I swear, it kicks off. I mean, honestly, it's like a movie. They are like movies, like standalone movies. But they all intertwine, and we get to meet. I can't give too much away. We get to meet, we get to interact with each other a lot, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go on.
Will we see Bruce get to interact with any of the villains of Gotham at all, or in Alfred?
I'm not telling you.
Hey,
I'm not sure. Yes, you. It's a very hard thing to answer, but you put it this way: he's becoming a man, and he's becoming much more proactive, and he's basically becoming a man. So he goes out there actively to discover. You'll see a marked change in him and Alfred. They become much more sort of players in trying to understand and trying to the beginnings of trying to keep from the corruption down.
Right.
Will we see Alfred lose the suit and sort of go back to old ways?
With Mr. Heller, I will have to wait and see. I mean, there's some stuff coming up where I'm out and about. I can't say. I don't know. You know, also the other thing is I don't know. The great thing about our show is that we shoot chronologically, story-wise. So our relationship with mine specifically with David. It grows in front of your eyes, as I have to say, as is he. My son's called Alfred and he's the same age and they're shooting up before my eyes. You look at a pilot episode and then you look at him now and he's a grown man.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.